Hello, I'm Tom Carlisle, and I'm a Christmas historian. And there are actually about 10 of us in the United States and some in Europe also, in Japan. Um, I am going to make a movie about the history of the American Christmas, particularly, along with all these other people helping me. One of the things that I've researched over the years, besides songs, is the lighting. I was, born an electrician, you might say, and I've always been into the electrical aspects of Christmas. So I'd like to give you a little demo here of the type of lights that Edison came out with. These are known as the series carbon lamps. They look like that. And this particular version came out in 1903, 8 lights in series. And they were still extremely expensive, so they didn't get very popular, even though they were out for years. Only in the cities, where they had electricity, and where there was money available, did they install these. So you would see them in Chicago and New York and Pittsburgh and places like that, Philadelphia, but not really all that often. And they would do some public trees in hospitals for children and things like that with these lights. Anyway, they were hot and they were expensive, and so they didn't do really great. It wasn't until a GE invention in 1916, they developed a carbon filament, not a carbon filament, a tungsten filament. This is carbon. They developed a tungsten filament, also 8 lights in series, and they made these. This is another design here. They made these in 1916, and it's a little bright. And these round ones are what they first came out with for 4 years. They just made them round like this. But they were colorful, and they weren't hot, and they weren't real expensive. So people started buying those. And so they came out really, really quite well. And that was a great invention for GE, using tungsten. Well, what really made them take off is this new design of lights here, and this is painted. They have a shellac paint on these pointed bulbs with the same filament in them. And this became extremely popular because they were less expensive. Well, along comes I would say, they came out with these in 1922. Along about 27, 28, they came out with a new mold and better paint. And these lights look like this. And they were made, let's see, is that a good brightness? Yeah, that looks pretty good. They were made from about 1927, 28, all the way up to 1970. And this particular light, and that one I just showed you, is what got us changed over from candles to electricity. So in the 20s, like in 1928, they sold 24 million of these light bulbs, just GE. And so that was huge. And they made a whole lot, and they still sold a lot of them during the Depression also, because people would go and buy one set for 50 cents of these 8 lights. And some people, like my mom and dad in 1937, they had 16 of these on their tree, and they thought that was a big deal. And they had that in tinsel. That was it. That was their Christmas tree for their first Christmas in 1937. Anyway, these lights will be shown in this new movie we're going to make, which will depict all the different things that happened over the years, the different events and traditions, and the music, all the songs, when the songs came out. And we're going to do this so that people will know where things came from and why Christmas is important. And we want to keep it in the mainstream. There's so much of the news media and different print media want to take the word Christmas out of the national spotlight, shall we say. Well, we want to put it back in and keep it there. So that's why we're making this movie. and I think it will be very informative and entertaining to people. And I know it will be, so because all these historians around the country and in Europe are helping us do this. If you would like to know more about this project, we have a new website, and that is www.xmasmovie.org. I think you will find this very entertaining and informative, and it will tell you a lot of history, and we also have printed out almost all of the songs so that you can read the words to all the old songs. Anyway, that's what I've been doing, and a lot of my friends have been doing for the last 35 years, and I think you'll enjoy it. Thank you very much.